What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a very brief market update. I'm also going to be giving you guys a very important update about my work schedule for the next couple of days. But just note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Webull link. If you deposit any amount of money, you're guaranteed 12 free stocks. If you deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 in total. And deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75. The offer ends in just about 20 days. Anyways, now let's talk about the market. So, one thing I mentioned on this channel is the fact that SPY has this rising wedge, and the market's going to see some interesting volatility going into next week. And I've been very consistent for the last couple of weeks at giving you guys basically like daily updates. But I just want to inform everyone that I'm going to be moving to a new place for this weekend, so I'm going to be very busy tonight and also for tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be back to my normal schedule on Sunday, if not by Monday. So we'll have to wait and see how the whole move goes. Can I finish everything by Saturday? I should be back on either Sunday or Monday. So if I'm not uploading videos for a short period of time, do not panic. I'm just moving to a new place. I'm going to be very busy. As you know, moving is a lot of work, a lot of a hassle. So just want to give you guys an update about that. As far as the market goes, as of right now, SPY is on a very big uptrend, at least technically speaking. But there is a pattern. We have this rising wedge that's continuing to develop, which tends to lead to downside. Now, is this 100% guaranteed? They don't always play out, but in this case, it's been forming very nicely with the confluence of a bearish divergence. This could lead to some downside, and I think that there's a possibility we might actually dip a little bit early next week, but the odds do favor this trying to bounce and continue to go higher for the time being. We'll be watching to see if SPY establishes a new high or not, if the high is in. And then, just to be very frank with everyone, we need to watch for confirmation once we break this wedge. There's no sign of us breaking this wedge yet to turn bearish. And as of right now, the market remains bullish. So for the time being, look for a little bit of a dip early next week, and we'll see if we get some kind of bounce. As a quick update, there's not much coming out for next week. We just have cash carry and a bunch of Fed speakers for Monday. For Tuesday, we have basically a couple of bill auctions, nothing else that's too significant. For Wednesday, there's not really much else that's coming out. For Thursday, we have basically not there's not really much data coming out. It's pretty minor, just kind of like the Philly Fed employment numbers, and then Fridays when we have more Fed speakers. So very minor data for the week. There's nothing too significant, but earnings are going to heat up just a little bit because on Tuesday we have Citi, Bank of America, Charles Schwab, and Goldman Sachs. Wednesday is very minor, and then Thursday we have Netflix and a couple of others. So earnings are about to get a lot more serious. The market is currently quite greedy. Even the put to call option ratio is dipping as buyers are stepping in. The VIX is on a bit of a dip. We'll see if we hold our 50 daily moving average or not. And for other factors out there, greed is making up the majority of sentiment. I also want to mention that with this bearish divergence that is developing, SPY is once again on a very strong path in the upwards direction. If we do dip, we're looking for basically a test of 577.5 as our first support. If it does not hold, we're looking for the previous all-time high at 575. That's going to be our next target where our 20 EMA happens to be. Then we have the lower end of this wedge as our support, which would be around basically, basically around the 572 area. We'll see if we bounce off that or not. As of right now, we're in this nice wedge-like pattern. What could happen next week is we do something like this. The wedge could prevail. If you get a dip like this, we just continue to hold this for the time being. And to be bearish, you want to see us not only break this wedge, but start losing our key supports like this right over here, our 50 EMA. If that starts happening, that's when we turn bearish for a much bigger dip. But there's no sign of that yet, so we can't turn too bearish yet. As of right now, it looks like there's going to be a small dip off this resistance, taking us down just a little bit lower. But then this is going to likely rebound again as long as we continue to hold support. That's what this is looking like so far. As far as ES goes, we got a nice push up to about the 58.50 area. We have 58.70 as our resistance. We came just under that. So it made a very nice move to the upwards direction. We also have that rising wedge. If we start losing 58.30, I think we might be dipping to the 58.30s, eventually all the way down to about the higher 5800s before this tries to rebound. So we'll see how things end up going. So be very patient nonetheless. For Nvda is basically pushing up to about 135, which is our resistance. We also have support around 131.38. So we'll see how things end up going. We'll have to see what the range is kind of like looking like. So far, we have 131.8 as our support, and 135 is resistance. Be very patient. In my personal opinion, I think that Nvidia has a range. There's not really a whole lot else that's developing. We could dip a little bit lower to about 131, 131.8. And we'll see if we bounce. So be patient with that. For Bitcoin hit this resistance around 63,000. We're kind of dipping from here. We're looking for 61,759 as our support. We'll see how it develops as we come closer to that level, but then we'll see if we bounce again. So look for a small dip to about the 61,000 area, and we'll see if we bounce or not. For others out there, we also have Tesla, which is looking quite bearish right now. We lost 220. If we manage to reclaim, excuse me, guys, if we manage to reclaim 220 plus, this could attempt to rebound for 225, but this is favoring the gap fill down to 212 as the most likely case. For NQ is looking like it might dip to about 20,350, if not 20,250, but then it could try to bounce again, forming a very, very nice cup. This has a bullish structure and there is still upside potential, so it may attempt to break out a little bit higher as we get closer to the all-time highs. The QQQ may do the same thing as we have a gap to fill around 496, so it could push a little bit hard to fill that gap as time goes on. We could dip to about 490, if not 488, before it tries to bounce back up to about the 496 area. Aapl could also dip to about 226. If that fails, it's going to be dipping back down towards 224, and we'll see if we bounce or not, so be careful with this range that we currently are in. With that being said, guys, I want to thank you all so much for listening. I'm going to have to end the video from here. I'm going to be very busy with moving, so I might not upload a video for tomorrow. I most likely won't. For Sunday, I'm not sure if I'll be back. We'll have to see about Sunday. Hopefully, I'm back by Sunday. And if not Sunday, I will for sure be back on Monday. So just in case you guys don't see me for an extended period of time, don't panic. Don't be afraid. I'm going to be completely fine. Most likely, it's going to be fine. It's just me moving. So until I see you guys again, thank you all so much for listening. I'll see you guys either on Sunday, if not by Monday morning. Until then, have a great day and peace out.